As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a golden haze over the sprawling silhouette of Camp Nou, the air thickens with anticipation. The stadium, a colossal amphitheater of dreams and despair, awakens under the floodlights, their beams slicing through the evening mist like swords drawn for battle. Barcelona, the Blaugrana warriors, stand on the precipice of impossibility, their jerseys a sea of deep blue and red rippling in the cool Catalan breeze, while Atletico Madrid's red and white stripes evoke the unyielding walls of a fortress under siege. The crowd's murmur swells into a symphony of hope, chants echoing like ancient incantations, invoking the spirits of past glories. Shadows dance across the pitch, where every blade of grass holds the memory of legends Messi's and Maradona's, who once turned defeat into destiny. Tonight, it's not just a match. It's an epic tale unfolding, where hearts beat in unison with the distant drum of fate, promising a night where heroes might rise from the ashes of a forgotten first leg. In this charged atmosphere, the players emerge from the tunnel, eyes fierce with determination, the scent of freshly watered turf mingling with the electric tang of adrenaline. The referee's whistle pierces the dusk, and the game begins not as a mere contest, but as a poetic saga of redemption, where Barcelona seeks to etch their name once more in the annals of football folklore against the indomitable Atletico. The rivalry between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid is woven into the fabric of Spanish football, a tapestry of passion and pain stretching back decades, where elegance clashes with grit. Barcelona, the artists of tiki-taka, embody the fluid poetry of possession, their history gilded with La Liga triumphs and European conquests under luminaries like Cruyff and Guardiola. Atletico, the resilient underdogs forged in the fires of Simeone's ironclad philosophy, thrive on defiance, their red and white banners fluttering like battle flags in the winds of adversity. This Copa del Rey semifinal's second leg arrived shadowed by the first encounter's brutality, 4-0 thrashing at the Metropolitano, where Atletico's counterattacks sliced through Barcelona's defenses like lightning through storm clouds. Hansi flicks Barcelona, rebuilding from recent turmoil, carries the weight of expectation, their young stars like Lamine Yamal and Marc Bernal hungry to prove their mettle. The aggregate score looms like a dark specter, demanding a miracle. A remontada, that sacred word evoking Barcelona's legendary comebacks from Paris to Liverpool, where the impossible becomes immortal. Yet the context deepens with the stakes advancement to the final, a chance to reclaim silverware in a season of flux. The Camp Nou crowd, a roaring ocean of 90,000 souls, pulses with collective memory, their songs a sensory barrage of hope amid the aroma of street vendors' churros and the distant hum of city lights. This is not just a rematch. It's a chapter in an eternal duel where history whispers warnings and promises in equal measure. From the opening whistle, Barcelona unleashes a torrent of intent, their passes flowing like rivers carving through stone, probing Atletico's defenses with relentless precision. The ball dances at the feet of Raphinha and Yamal, their movements a blur of speed and silk, evoking the grace of gazelles evading predators in the savannah. Atletico, under Simeone's watchful gaze, hunkers down, their backline a impenetrable wall of muscle and resolve, absorbing pressure like ancient oaks bending, but not breaking in a gale. Early chances flicker like sparks in the night. Yamal's darting run draws a gasp from the crowd, his shot whistling past the post, the woodwork trembling as if fate itself hesitates. Bernal, the young maestro, begins to orchestrate from midfield, his vision piercing the chaos, while the stadium's roar builds, a crescendo of voices that vibrates through the stands, mingling with the sharp crack of boots on leather and the referee's shrill commands. Tension mounts as minutes tick by, Barcelona's dominance evident yet fruitless, the aggregate deficit a silent taunt echoing in every missed opportunity. The rising tide of emotion sweeps through the fans, their flags waving like crimson waves crashing against the shore. Senses alive with the sweat-slicked intensity on the field. Atletico counters sporadically, their breaks swift and venomous, but Barcelona's resolve hardens, the early developments hinting at a brewing storm, where patience and persistence might yet summon the thunder of goals. Midway through the first half, the turning point arrives like a bolt from the heavens. Marc Bernal seizes a loose ball in the box, his strike curling into the net with the precision of an artist's brushstroke, the net rippling as if sighing in relief. The Camp Nou erupts in a volcanic explosion of sound, fireworks of joy illuminating faces twisted in ecstasy, the air thick with the acrid scent of flares, and the palpable shift in momentum. What was a whisper of possibility becomes a thunderous declaration. The Remontada is alive. Atletico staggers, their defensive fortress cracking under Barcelona's renewed assault. Simeone's gestures from the sideline frantic, like a conductor battling a rebellious orchestra. Bernal's goal, a masterpiece of opportunism, awakens the Blaugrana beast, their attacks now laced with ferocity, every tackle echoing like war drums, every pass a thread in a tightening web. The crowd's energy surges, a tidal wave of belief crashing over the pitch, drowning doubts in a sea of blue and red euphoria. This crucial moment reshapes the narrative, the light shifting from dim despair to blinding hope, emotions swirling in a vortex of tension and triumph. Yamal's wizardry on the wing adds fuel to the fire, his crosses slicing through the air like arrows, forcing saves that leave palms stinging and hearts racing. The game tilts irrevocably, Barcelona's spirit reborn in that singular, shimmering instant. As the second half unfolds, the climax builds to a feverish peak. Raphinha follows suit, slotting home a second with clinical calm, the ball kissing the inside of the post before nestling in, igniting a frenzy where time seems to stretch and contract in agonized breaths. Bernal follows suit, and Bernal strikes again, his second goal a thunderous kick that bulges the net, the stadium quaking as if the earth itself celebrates. The aggregate narrows to 3-4, the impossible within grasp. Every second a heartbeat echoing through the night. Atletico clings desperately, their bodies a barricade of sweat and sacrifice. Simeone's roars lost in the deafening cacophony of Camp Nou's symphony. Late drama unfolds, a penalty appeal denied. Yamal's shot deflected inches wide. The crowd's anguish a collective wail that pierces the soul, emotions cresting in waves of exhilaration and heartbreak. The final whistle approaches like an unwelcome dawn. Barcelona's onslaught, a whirlwind of movement, light and shadow, but the fourth goal eludes them, slipping away like sand through fingers. In this emotional high point, victory teeters on the edge of defeat, the pitch a canvas of raw humanity, tears mingling with sweat, shears turning to sighs. The almost comeback etches itself into eternity, a testament to football's cruel beauty, where glory and grief dance in eternal embrace. In the aftermath, we reflect on Barcelona's unyielding spirit, a beacon that illuminates the essence of sport, not in the trophies alone, but in the fight against overwhelming odds. This near Remontada, though falling short, reaffirms the club's DNA of creativity and courage, a silver lining amid the clouds of elimination, pointing toward brighter horizons in the Champions League. The impact resonates beyond the scoreline, inspiring fans worldwide with the poetry of perseverance, where young talents like Bernal and Yamal herald a new era. Simeone's Atletico, too, earns admiration for their tenacity, a reminder that football thrives on contrasts: artistry versus armor, dreams versus discipline. The match's meaning lies in its emotional tapestry, weaving threads of joy, sorrow, and growth, teaching that true victory is forged in the furnace of adversity. Sensory echoes linger, the roars fade, the turf's scars, the lingering scent of effort, all underscoring sport's profound influence on the human soul. Ultimately, this encounter elevates the game's legacy, a chapter that enriches La Liga's lore, urging us to cherish the almost as much as the absolutes, for they fuel the fire of future legends. As the floodlights dim and the crowd disperses into the Barcelona night, shadows lengthen across the empty pitch, whispering tales of what might have been. The stars above mirror the sparks of brilliance on the field, a celestial reminder that in football, as in life, resilience is the core theme that binds us all. Barcelona's epic almost comeback fades into memory, yet its embers glow eternal, igniting passions for generations to come. The wind carries faint echoes of chance, the scent of victory deferred mingling with the city's pulse, a poetic closure to a night of cinematic drama. We bid farewell to this saga, hearts fuller for the journey, knowing that in the beautiful game's grand theater, every defeat plants the seeds of tomorrow's triumph. And so, the curtain falls, but the story endures, resilient, radiant, forever football.